Hey guys, Bigger at 310s here again to do the Elimination Chamber review. This is going to be under 5 minutes, I promise. Actually, under 6 minutes. I thought the show was very good. I thought as far as building towards WrestleMania, I thought it did almost everything right. As far as building up all the top matches, aside from Undertaker Triple H, it kind of did everything it should have done. And the show was about what I expected. I always think the Chamber is going to be a good show because usually every year both Chamber matches are going to be really good to great. So there's that. But as far as building, that's what I judge this pay-per-view on. Every year I judge this pay-per-view on its ability to prepare for WrestleMania. And as far as preparing for WrestleMania, I thought it did a damn good job. So because of that, it gets good marks. So the first match was the Raw Chamber, which I thought was great. This match was just a lot of fun. Kofi Kingston was the star of this match, in my opinion. He did a lot of great spots in this match. Dolph took a beating, man. Like, Jesus, he got the crap beaten out of him in this match. He just took some really rough bumps on the steel. But he's a trooper. I'll give him that. And Punk worked really well with both guys. R-Truth, for the short time he was in there, did well. The Miz, he didn't hurt the match. I mean, there was a little segment where he and Punk were going at it that was a little clunky, but he didn't really do anything wrong. And then Jericho did his stuff, and the ending of the match was Punk knocking Jericho out of the chamber by kicking him in the head. Jericho fell out the chamber door as Kofi was being dragged out the chamber door. Jericho falls outside, hits his head on something, is knocked out, can't come back. My problem with this was they spent so much time focusing on it that I thought Jericho was going to come back. And he was going to come back after Punk pinned Miz and then pin Punk and then win the belt. But if he wasn't going to come back, then they shouldn't have focused on it as much as they did. Because they literally stopped the wrestling match for a while. And the crowd stopped caring towards the end. They were into it a little bit at some point. Never really that into it. But I thought that little segment kind of killed their interest in the match. But that's just my opinion. I still thought the match was great. I just still thought, even with that little lapse that the crowd heard the last minute or two, I still thought that most of the match was a lot of fun. Just a lot. The chamber match is like the Money in the Bank match. It's supposed to be just a fun spectacle. At the same time, though, it does a better job of building guys because there's an elimination process. And I thought that in this match, Kofi had a good showing. Dolph had a good showing. Miz, I guess he had a decent showing. So it was an overall fun match. Great wrestling, in my opinion. Great booking, in my opinion. It sets up Punk Jericho very well for WrestleMania. I was very worried on how they were going to set up Punk Jericho if they were not going to switch the title. And thankfully, they didn't switch the title. I mean, I predicted they would just because I felt WWE had to switch one of the titles. But they didn't. So this is good. It wasn't a swerve, which is different. And so, yeah, I thought everything was done how it should have been, and it's going to build to Mania fine. So this was really good. Then we got the Divas match, Beth Phoenix versus Tamina. I thought this was one of the better Divas matches in a while. Tamina isn't, amazing, but the way I'll say this, I don't think she's one of the best women wrestlers on the roster. Well, maybe she is. I just haven't paid much attention. But I do think that she works better with Beth than most of the other girls do, if that makes any sense. And I thought she and Beth had a decent little match. I gave it 2.5 stars. It was short, but it was fun for the way it is. It built up Beth versus Karma at WrestleMania because, in my opinion, they have to go to that. After the end of the match, when Beth was basically saying that she's run through the whole division and no one can stop her, I thought this leads very well into Beth Karma if they do go in that direction. So I'll give WWE props on that. So again, building Mania very well. Then we had a segment with Alberto Del Rio, Christian, and Mark Henry all endorsing John Laurinaitis and wanting to fire Teddy Long. That I thought was a very good segment. There's rumors that they're either all going to be in Money in the Bank or there's going to be a Teddy Long versus John Laurinaitis match at WrestleMania where each will choose a representative and the winner will become the dual general manager of Raw and SmackDown, which might be Orton versus Del Rio. That's a rumor. But good segment. Whatever they're building with these guys, it was good. I thought it, again, builds towards Mania. SmackDown Chamber, this was great. This was the match of the night, in my opinion. Just everything about this match, the booking, the build, everything leading up to this match was just very, very great. The people who said in the first 2 minutes of the match were boring. I didn't think so at all. I was actually really into the first few minutes when Wade and Cody are working over Big Show's legs, trying to chop him down, keep him grounded. Then Santino came in, and then Big Show was teasing Daniel Bryan. And so first Khali came in, chopped everyone, and then Big Show speared him for the elimination. Good booking, I thought, getting Khali out there quickly. Then Big Show broke into Daniel Bryan's pod, beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan, And that was a great spot, by the way, when he broke into the pod. And then he threw Daniel Bryan through the plexiglass pod. Then Cody hit 2 disaster kicks, and Wade hit an elbow. And Cody and Wade eliminated Big Show. And then immediately after, Santino rolled up Cody for the surprise elimination. And then so Santino, Wade, and Daniel Bryan, they fought for a little bit. Wade was on the top rope. Daniel Bryan took him down. Daniel Bryan hit a headbutt, and Santino stole the pin. And then it was Santino and Daniel Bryan, and the crowd was going insane. The crowd was really, really into Santino winning. It really made the match put the match into another level. The last 2 minutes were awesome. I saw it. I loved it. I was actually like marking out while it was happening, and then immediately once the pay-per-view finished, I went to my DVR, I rewinded back, and I watched it again because I thought it was that good. And so I really enjoyed the finish of that match. Very, very, very entertaining stuff. Great match in my opinion. The booking of this match was excellent. You got Khali out of there early because everyone knew that he didn't really need to be in there that long. Cody and Wade carried the brunt of the work for most of the match. Santino got the pop eliminations on Wade and Cody, which built up Santino. And then when Santino and Bryan had their interactions, the crowd was super behind Santino. And then when Bryan ultimately defeats him, Bryan's the asshole heel that stops Santino. And then Sheamus comes after the match and beats up Bryan to build to their WrestleMania match. Great booking. Great booking. 4-star match, in my opinion. The match, the booking, the build for Mania, the eliminate, everything was just done perfectly in this match. 4 stars, my opinion. This is Justin Gabriel, Jack Swagger. WWE didn't care about this match, so I don't care about this match. 1.5. Moving on. Cena Kane. I thought it was okay. I gave it 2.5 stars. I know a lot of people really didn't like it. I know Dave Meltzer thought it was a good match. I know some people from the PPV Torch thought it was a terrible match. You kind of pick your own. I thought the match was fine. It was entertaining for what it was. It was very short. People were really sad about Cena's. People on Twitter were really upset about Cena's no selling. In my opinion, it wasn't that bad. It's not as bad as it's been in the past. I mean, he did take the chokeslam through the table and was on the stretcher for a little bit. He's had worse no selling issues. And in my opinion, also going into WrestleMania when he has to fight The Rock, I think that making him look as strong as possible is a good thing. Now, there was no Zack Ryder, there was no Eve. They got the storyline out of the way with. That's how I view it. They just got it out of the way. If Cena's going to turn heel, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm a little doubtful, but we'll see. But the match was okay. Overall, I'd say the show was very good. I'd give it a 7.5, 7.75. There's 2 great matches. The booking for Beth Phoenix was good. The booking for there was a Cena Rock. There were 2 Cena Rock video packages. One about Cena's gym, which was really, really good, with all the developmental guys, with Consequences Creed, Tyler Black, Biggie Langston, and Leia Key were there. They all talked about how John Cena is kind of a mentor to them. That was great. And there was also a small Rock video package that was also really good. People have been complaining about this Rock Cena belt. I mean, Rock's going to appear on Raw. Rock's going to appear on 4 of the next 5 Raws. And he's going to be cutting promos on Cena, and everyone's going to really like it. And then 2 weeks before WrestleMania, people are going to really like the build, and I'll be like, well, what were you saying a month ago? But anyways, I thought the booking into Mania was really good. Usually WWE fucks up a lot of stuff at this time of the year, but this part I thought was good. As far as building into Mania, all the top matches on Mania, they did a good job. Even Big Show's interview, talking about how he's disappointed about his WrestleMania streak of being 1-10, that to me can build very well into him turning heel and fighting Shaq at WrestleMania. So, once again, good stuff all around. Would I recommend ordering the replay? Possibly. There's some good stuff on it. So, yeah, very fun show. It's also a lot of fun, in my opinion. That's it for me. I'm Bigger310. Bye.